Hi, hello, and welcome to Capricorn Venus Tarot. This is Capricorn Venus. So today we're going to see why are your haters so mad? And let's just take a moment of silence to thank our haters because they are our most dedicated fans. They are the people that keep our lights on. So go ahead and pick your pile. We've got 4 piles right here. Pile number 1 is the Book of Shadows Tarot. Pile number 2 is, what is this? It's an oracle deck. I'm forgetting the name. Pile number 3 is the Art Nouveau Tarot, or the Tarot Mucha. And then pile number 4 is another oracle deck. But just go ahead and pick your pile, and I will see you guys in there. Okay. All right, pile number 1. Why are your haters so mad? Okay. Yeah, I feel like pile number 1, I just feel like your haters are mad that you're doing what needs done. I feel like your haters are mad that you're productive, that you are not in need of help. Because we have the 5 of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles. So it's somebody stable, happy, content, but also driven, willing to get out there and compete and lead others. Okay. For some of you that are women, I just feel like you do have some haters that are like mad at you for sexist reasons. They're like mad that you make your own money or something. Okay. Ooh, the Tower. Why are pile number 1's haters so mad? Interesting. Interesting. Wait a minute. Okay, yeah. You might have said some harsh words. I feel like your haters are mad that you're very clear, concise, that you worry over the right things. Like you're not worried about them or something. Okay. Why are pile number 1's haters so mad? You keep your own company. I feel like you are a person, pile number 1, who doesn't ask around for advice. Why would this make your haters so mad though? You make your own decisions quickly, and so people are not able to guess how it's going to go. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I'm seeing like with you, pile 1, maybe your haters are mad about something in particular, like a conflict or a side you took, or yeah, it's like I feel like you took a stand. It's almost like you not showing up to something. So you could have haters at work that are mad because you took your sick time, or are mad that you said you were going to come to the post work event and then you didn't, or something like that, where you had better things to do, or you were too busy for them. Yeah, I feel like you have haters here, pile number 1, who were mad that you were too busy for them, or that you didn't want to deal with them, basically. Yeah. Because I'm getting like you canceling last minute or something, or you having other priorities, like, come on. Because I'm sensing with these haters, it's like, wow, they're taking it so personal. They're taking it so personally that you had to cancel. But I'm also seeing like it was pretty reasonable. Maybe you couldn't come into work because, your kid got sick, or like you couldn't come out for drinks because, your friend called and she needed you, or like something like that, where it's reasonable. But you never need to explain yourself, you know, like whatever you decide to do with your life is what you decide to do. And if you forget an event or something like that, then that is, you know, that is a pretty normal thing to have happen. And I just sense that there's like an outrageous response to this. Like maybe somebody now, like you have a hater who has a grudge against you because you didn't come out to the group birthday party, or like because you said you were going to come and you canceled last minute, or it's even possible that you had every intention of coming to see them, but you just couldn't or something. Or you like forgot last minute, or it wasn't that big of a deal to begin with. Interesting. Okay, so why is pile number one's haters mad? Why are pile number one's haters mad? But it kind of seems like maybe you were right to not come out to this thing if your haters were there or are involved in the planning or something like that. Let's see. 9 is Sagittarius, 6 is Virgo, and 7 is Libra. Interesting. Your haters so mad. Your haters could be mad about your travel plans. They could also be mad about your education. And again, this is, to me, feeling very sexist in nature. I think at least some of your haters they have to be like being sexist against you. It's almost like they don't want you to get an education. They don't want you to work outside of the home. They don't want you to have your own money. They don't want that. They want you to be in a bad situation. They want you to be stressed. Why are pile number one's haters so mad? Yeah, I almost feel like maybe also they tried to like triangulate a problem and you were able to smooth that out. Again, I just keep getting like a man trying to pit two women against each other or something like that. Or somebody, it doesn't have to be a man, it could be a woman just who's being kind of misogynistic here. It happens in life, you know? But it's almost like saying, oh, well, you're so unfriendly or something when you just had other priorities. Or I'm just something that interesting. Your haters also really want you to give up. They want you to give up on what you're doing. They want you to give up on your education is heavy here. So if you're somebody who's in school, or somebody who is going back to school, or somebody who's learning a new job, or something like that, I feel like you definitely have haters who want you to quit. Like heavy. They want you to quit. And I feel like you have haters that are mad that you're not quitting. That they can't edge you out of a job, or they can't edge you out of these plans of yours. It's also giving family. It could also be family. It could also be people from your past. But I think for a lot of you, it'll be like coworkers or something with a lot of time on their hands. Because that's the kind of energy. Or just like sexist people who are just mad at you as a concept. The Hermit and the High Priestess, that's kind of what I was getting earlier of like, you keep your own counsel of you're not really asking around for if they think this is a good idea, you just did it instead of asking them if they thought it was a good idea. And now some of your haters are people that felt that you were going to ask them. So, you know, that sucks because that implies that there's somebody, you know, maybe your boss, or it could be somebody who you're friends with or something like that. But you'll know a hater by someone who just constantly thinks that everything you want to do is a bad idea. Or is like, well, how are you today? When you were like having such a good day, and they want to like say that you seem tired, or you seem, I don't think you can really handle the stress of all this. Don't you think you should drop one of your things that you're doing? Or, yeah, it's kind of giving that energy. Or, you know, you really are better suited for in the home. Like, you know, you're just better suited to it. Not everyone, but just you. Like, I feel like you are better suited to not going back to school. I mean, other people could do it, but not you. Like, that's the kind of energy I'm getting from your hater, as like people who would act like that. The Emperor, yeah. Yeah, I feel like your haters are really mad right now that you have everything in a rhythm, and you actually seem to be handling lots of things very smoothly, and you're still keeping your peace of mind, and you're canceling the right things. Because I'm seeing like you cancel something, but you know, it makes you feel like you can get things done better. Yeah, I'm just getting like, okay, so maybe there was a party that everyone went to, but that night you were like, oh, you know what, actually, I really need to clean my house, so I can't come. And people were really mad about that, like you're not being friendly enough or you're not giving them enough of your time. But you know what? It helped your whole week. It helped you feel like you could get things done. It was a very good decision. It was a smart decision. It was somebody who is making a decision based on what they actually know about themselves and their own lives. You know, that's why we have to make our own decisions, is because we know how the rhythm of our week goes. And so in that same way, we decide what's a priority or not. Yeah, I feel like you have haters, pile one, who are just mad that you're choosing your own priorities, and they're especially mad when it works out. You know, they really are mad when it works out. That's kind of, I really am getting that for you guys. Man, I mean, they don't want you to win. They also are mad, though, that even when you don't win, you don't seem to lose steam and you don't seem put off. So maybe you had to delay going back to school, or maybe you had to, but you didn't give up on it. Something about that, where it's like you didn't give up on your goal with like a small bit of pushback. Yeah, I feel like your haters are so lazy. It's kind of pathetic. Like, the vibe I'm getting from your haters is very subtle too. These are the kind of people who will beg you to quit your job, and they just know it's the right decision. Oh, you can't work at a job like that. It's too much stress. It's too dangerous. It's blah, blah, blah. But if you quit, they would have nothing to say. They might even judge you for quitting. You know, they'd be like, oh, I don't remember saying that it was too dangerous. I actually think it's kind of weird that you would quit. Like, don't you need the money? It's those kind of people where they beg you to do something and then they're not happy when you've done it because they don't really care to begin with. They just want to make you uncomfortable. Yeah. They don't like any of your plans. Doesn't matter what you would choose to have a plan. So yeah, just keep going with your stuff. But again, it's like they get mad when you succeed, and they also get mad when you don't succeed. It's a no-win situation. And again, I have to emphasize that these people don't care about you. They don't care about you. They could even have a lot of time in the day to harass you about certain things, but when it comes down to them laying their head down at night, they don't actually care about anything that they said or any of their contributions. Yeah, they don't care about it. Yeah, but I'm sensing, here's how you'll know who these haters are if you don't already. They always have a lot to say, because I feel like these are very chatty haters, but they're that kind of person that has like so much energy where it doesn't belong. Yeah, you're enjoying peaceful, quiet times that have nothing to do with making money as well. So it's like they're mad at the balances you've struck. And I'm seeing they're very, very good balances, and you have excellent goals, and you're keeping your own company, and you're, not letting yourself be pushed out of an environment you want to be in. And you're not letting little setbacks like stop you from your ultimate goals and keep you going towards what you want to be going towards. Yeah. These are just the weirdo haters to me, because it's like they're mad when you're happy. They're mad when you're casual. They're mad when you're formal. They're mad. They're just mad. They're just mad. They're just mad at you. Like, I don't know. Yeah. It's like they're never going to like what you do. They're never, ever going to like what you do. Like, that's just what I kind of get from these people. So yeah, that's interesting. I just get like not being slowed down by something in particular. And you know your truth, and you know what works for you and what doesn't. And the more you know what works for you and what doesn't, and the more you know what you want for your life, the less these haters can have input, because how they work is they squeeze into the cracks of where you have doubt. Some people are really good at sussing out the kind of the weak link of your life. You know, if you sometimes get nervous about your boyfriend, they'd be the type to kind of twist the knife just to see if they could get it to break. And again, they would judge you for losing that relationship. They would also judge you for staying in it. Yeah, and the same for the job situation. It's like, if sometimes you get really tired from a job, like we all do, they would choose that lowest moment. You had a real bad day, spilled coffee on yourself the first thing in the morning. That's the day your haters are on your ass. That's the day the haters are on your ass. And they're saying, well, this is the kind of thing that happens when you're in a job like that. And this is the kind of thing well, of course, you should expect to have a bad day most times. So really, I don't know why you're complaining. Like, they would do that kind of thing. Like, that's what I'm getting from your haters. So they're mad that you know what you like, and maybe you know you like this job. Even on the days you're tired, you like this job. And even on the days that you feel insecure, you still have confidence in your partner, you know, like stuff like that, where the more you have a strong sense of your mind and a strong sense of what you really believe and who's really on your side and who's not, the less they can weasel their way in. But they will go to other people. I'm also getting that about your haters here. Power one is like, if they can't get you to stop doing something that makes you happy, they'll try to get someone else to stop doing something that makes them happy. So you might end up seeing your haters sow doubt and promote fighting in people around you, you know? Yeah, and so maybe that's part of it as well. Maybe you have haters who know you know or something. Because with the High Priestess coming out, it's like, you might, yeah, Libra is the sign of the scales, and it's all about like interpersonal relationships as well. It's the house of like partnership. So you could be someone who likes peace, who is a mediator. And so your haters hate this as well because, like I said, you are not their only source of entertainment. I do feel like they have other people who they like to fuck with. And maybe you have kind of shut that down somehow, or you've made them seem foolish, or you've just let other people kind of see how they are about things. Okay. Four of Wands. Yeah, you seem to be a community builder, and maybe you have a group of friends, or you could be that kind of person who gets to know your coworkers and really likes the people you work with and is always trying to lift everybody's spirits. And so that annoying person can't really make people irritated the way they like, because you're kind of playing leadership in that workplace. That's the vibe I'm getting here. So you're always telling your coworkers that they, helping out your coworkers, making everybody feel good, complimenting people. I feel like you must be also like very well liked in your workplace. And if it's not a workplace, just use this as a metaphor for other environments that you're in, where people like you and people find you pretty, or people find you, people admire you. Yeah, people also find you safe. Like, there's something about that where it's like, it's more than just that you're pretty. It's like, people like to be next to you. And so they kind of hide behind you. So you've turned into a little bit of a bodyguard here. With the Emperor and everything. So you seem to be blocking them. It's like you're blocking your haters, and that's why they're mad. Also, you not showing up to something. Like, that keeps coming up, like, you not showing up. Okay. they get to your house and you're not there, or they get to the party and you ghost or something. Like something like that, where I don't know. I mean, that sort of thing happens, especially with coworkers. Like, it just happens in life. You are on the upswing and you like to take people with you. You like everybody to be on the upswing, for things to be going well, for us to all have a similar goal, you know? Like, I feel like you are really a spokesperson and somebody who is very stable and shows up interpersonally. Like, you show up interpersonally every day or something. And so this keeps everybody in a lighter mood. And again, so people cannot sneak into the chinks in the armor. Because everybody's a little bit tougher or something. I could also see this in like a team environment. If you have teams, I know like some people work in like offices and that sort of thing, and they have, you know, the engineering team, and over here's the product team and everything. So you are lifting up your team so that they are not easily like swept under the bus as like the person who's at fault. Yeah. Okay. And the Fool. You have a really good way of like playing dumb as well. I feel like your haters don't like that you're just like, oh yeah, well, I just forgot. You know, because if you were really apologetic or something, then they could kind of belittle you in that moment or something, or they could be like, well, yeah, you should be sorry, you know, or something like that. But since you play it off like, well, I have kids, so, you know, I can't just drop everything, you know, like I have to drop things unexpectedly because I have children or something like that. It's like very reasonable. Or like you got in a car accident and they're like, well, you should have texted us all. And it's like, so I should get in a car accident and text you that I can't come to your party? Like, I kind of have other things on my mind. Okay, anything else? Why are pile number one's haters so mad? And we come back to the beginning, Queen of Pentacles. They're mad because you're comfortable. You're comfortable. And they want to make you uncomfortable. But they can't make you uncomfortable if they can't see you. They can't make you uncomfortable if you don't listen to them. They can't make you uncomfortable if you know what's real and what's not about your life and what you're going to do next, and you're not taking any advice. Tower reverse. You're doing the tower, like you're bringing things down, you're making choices, but it's not the towers they want you to have. They want towers of, yeah, again, it's like breaking up relationships and sowing discord, basically. Like they don't want things to be good. They want a petty situation between you and someone else, or somebody else and somebody else. Like they want as many petty situations as possible, because that means that they can talk shit to Lisa and then go talk shit to Sarah, but Lisa and Sarah won't talk about it, and they won't know that it's this person over here. So if you are making sure everybody stays in contact, that just boards up all these like little pathways to annoy people, and all these little pathways to, I don't know, you know, people are just like this sometimes. There's no why necessarily. I can just tell you that they're haters and that they're doing it. I can't tell you why. We'd get into like childhood issues here. So let's see. Why are pile number one's haters so mad? I need to feel in control. Yeah, like that's, you know what I mean? I don't know. Like, why do haters do the things they do? I will be back. I'll be back to ruin your life again. You won't be able to stop me again. Like, I just feel like that's the kind of energy. It's like giving Wicked Witch of the West or something. Like, or again, it's giving weak-willed sexist man or something, where it's like, oh, well, even if there's no reason to believe this, they think that eventually their sexist pleas for you to stop doing what you're doing is going to make headway, and you're just going to quit and cease forever behaving in this way. Behaving in this way being making your own money and being self-sufficient, question mark? Okay? Every song reminds me of you. Jump scare. The Empress, the power of creativity that allows you for living a life of luxury. Yeah, I feel like your haters don't like that you live a life of luxury. They want you to be in the slums so they could pick you up. Yeah, I do feel like you might have some weirdo creeper haters in the mix here too. But again, they might be like this with every woman they know. Because that's the kind of energy I'm getting here of like, you may have some weirdo creepers who are sexistly mad about your job or the way you make money or that you make money at all and that you're pretty. And for some of you, maybe you make money from being pretty or something like that from their perspective. But yeah, I don't know. It's just, this one's kind of pathetic a little bit here. Yeah. I think kind of paltry attempts as well. Like, not even quality work here. Wow. We hate to see it. We hate to see it. At least try. No, we don't want that. No, but I just feel like, come on now. Just boring. But yeah, that's how you have to look at it though. Because if you look at it as, oh, I'm afraid, I'm afraid of this guy, you know, he thinks he's really mad that I'm being a successful woman in the world and I really care about that. Like that gives them power that they don't deserve. They haven't earned it. They have not earned it. Also, the same thing with like the nosy coworker who's always trying to start beef between two people that aren't them. You know, that sort of thing. You have to look at that and be like, okay. Anyways, you know, like, let me just go have my coffee or just leave mid-sentence, you know? And if they push you on it, be like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I thought you were done. You know, yeah, you can let your hair down. You can be the Empress. You can be someone who, you know, invests in what you want to invest in, acts the way you want to act, says your truth, stands up for yourself, you know, is carefree, successfully removes yourself from their company. Your haters are mad that you successfully removed yourself from their company. Yeah, deal with it. Deal with it. Again, that is giving like the sexist thing again. Also, like you just seem like someone who's having fun and who doesn't want to get into it. Because one of the lines here is like, I can't deal with another fit, you know, we're just gonna have fun. Let's just have fun. We don't need any kind of conflict. Like, very conflict averse here in this pile, in a way that actually is good. Anything else? Why are pile number, yeah, let's do this, and we're gonna do anything else? Pile number 1. No. But yeah, I feel like that's another thing with you though. Okay, this one wanted to come out as well. You don't give energy to what you don't want to. Like, I feel like if you suddenly decide that even though you said you were going to come to something you don't want to, then you won't, you know, or like you change your mind, that is totally within your right to do, you know. And anybody, especially people who are not even in your like inner circle, anybody who's going to hold you to task and kind of hold that against you, hold that as a grudge against you, they were looking for a reason. They were looking for a reason, and it's not normal and it's not right, especially when you have other priorities. Some of you don't, and it's not as serious as like, I forgot I need to feed my cat, or I forgot that I need, you know, my babysitter canceled last minute. Like, for some of you, I feel like it is that serious, and they were still mad over something like that, where it's very clear what you have to do and what you have to prioritize in that moment. For others of you, it's just like you have control over where you go and where you don't go. And if you change your mind and you're suddenly like, actually, I'm just too fucking tired to go out tonight, that is your right, you know? And I feel like you do have some haters who are mad about that. But again, it's like, just clear it from your energy. I feel like you're doing a really good job of that already. But people who love you and your friends and people who are also just neutral and don't care, they're not going to throw a fit when you miss one event. They're not going to throw a fit when you cancel one thing. They're not going to throw a fit when you're just living your life successfully. That's a good thing. People should like that from you. So, yep. Yeah, and definitely don't. Also, I'm just getting a hint that, like, if there are these sexist people, for those of you that resonated, don't feel bad for them for this, because it's just kind of like a back alley way of having sexual domination over you to have you listen to their advice at all. Like, I really feel like a lot of sexist people are like this, where they're just weird about a lot of things. And so one of the things they're weird about is what kind of jobs women are allowed to do, or what is appropriate for women to be spending their time doing. And it's really just a way of controlling them. It just is a way of controlling them. It's just that simple too. So you don't need to give them too much credit. Like, oh, they're worried about my kids, or, oh, they're just worried that I'm going to wear myself out, or I'm going to be burnt out. They're not actually worried that you're burnt out. They would much rather you be actually burnt out doing something that's more woman's work. If you were actually burnt out, they wouldn't care about that. So yeah, this is what I'm getting. There might be some people in this pile that are giving their haters a little bit too much credit and thinking that they have a valid concern when they really don't. And genuinely, they wouldn't care what you did or not. So don't give up the things you want for these people, because they're not going to care or remember that they even contributed to that decision. You know, they're not going to be like, oh, it's so good that you left that. They're going to be like, oh yeah, why did you leave that again? They're not even going to remember, and they're not going to care. So yeah, that is what I've got for you. Pile number 1. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time. Okay, pile number 2. Why are pile number 2's haters mad? I feel like you're on the change up. Your haters don't like this change. Ooh. Did you have to get pretty stern here with a hater? Did you turn off personality privileges for someone here? Okay. Why are pile number 2's haters mad? 11 is Aquarius. Oh, 11 twice. I love it. 11 is the house of friendship. It's also Aquarius, so being rebellious. And then 8 is Scorpio. This could also be an ex. I would say this is a recent ex. Yeah. Okay, so this pile number 2, your haters are mad that you either turned off personality privileges, aka like you used to be your fun-loving self, but now whenever you see them, you're very dry. You don't give them anything. You don't tell them any details about your life. You don't joke around with them. You don't feel comfortable with them, so you stopped being yourself. And then the second thing would be you stop having sex with them. So I feel like you either have some haters that are ex-friends or ex-lovers or something. Ooh, okay, confirmation. So for some ex-lovers are especially mad here because you've turned off your access. Like the open, no vacancy here. Can't be caught. Yep, okay. That's a good confirmation. They can have anything but you. Pop it. Yeah, okay, so interesting. I feel like your haters feel very controlled by you. They feel like you're really in their brain, and they can't get over it. Or they can't, oh my gosh, gifts from the past. Yeah, I feel like your haters also have problems moving on in general. you would know this hater because it's a friend who always talked about their old friends, or it's a lover who always talked about their exes, either how bad they were or not, but either way, they always bring them up. Labyrinth. Yeah, I feel like your haters are mad because they're trapped in the same old ruts with thinking about this, whereas you seem to be past it or moving on from it or escaping them. And again, I feel like your haters have this kind of belief that you're controlling them somehow. Like, this feels like that kind of ex that would be like, well, you made me, like, you can't just leave me, because of what all we've been through, or, you know, stuff like that. Like, where it's like a friendship where it's like, they would try to be weird about it, I guess, or they would try to, like, I don't know, say you had to act a certain way around them or something. Let's see here. Something that is never truly yours. Yeah, these are very, very possessive ex-friends, ex-lovers. Like, super, super possessive, where they feel like if you were nice to them once, you have to be nice to them forever. Or if you invited them out once and then you go out with another friend, they're mad about that sort of thing. Okay. The thing that this is giving me the most is a ex-partner who is mad that you are with somebody else. That's what it's giving me the most, because it definitely seems unreasonable, whatever this is. Because they're just mad that you aren't theirs forever, or aren't their property. Okay? Puppet is interesting. Yeah, they feel like the roles have switched and you have the power, but I don't feel like you even want it. You don't want the power. You don't want these people. Like, you're like, no, I don't want something from you. I just don't want to talk to you anymore. I'm not trying to get you to do anything. Okay. Why are about two's haters mad? You're not communicating with them. Yeah, I just feel like these are people you went dry on. You're just like, yeah, I'm not, we're good. No, thank you. Or else I'm done. Like, I also feel like these could be people you literally specifically cut out. And they're like, oh, okay, well, I'll finally do the things you asked me to do. And it's like, no, the time has passed from when you could do the things I've asked. And they still remember your old personality, and it's like these people are trying to, like, interact with you as if they didn't do what they did, or as if the ending never happened. This is the kind of person where you try to break up with them and they're like, no, we're not breaking up, and they won't leave, or they won't stop calling you, or they won't stop pretending that you guys are still together. Body, and we did get that again. Ugh. Ew. I really don't like this. I don't like your haters at all here, pal 2. I'm really getting the ick, like, heavy here, because it's like, it's really about your touch. It's like this person is missing your touch, you know? Or like, oh man, remembering you or something like that. I don't want to say anything like triggering. But yeah, this is giving me somebody who would say something very inappropriate if you didn't agree to go back and get in bed with them again. Like that sort of thing where they would be like, well, I remember that you like this, or they would say details about you, or overly look at your old pictures or something, or like remember what you looked like a lot, you know, even though you guys are broken up now. Ugh. Another way to look at this would be like a friend who was your friend, but now uses all the things you told them to like make fun of you, or poke fun at your body, or poke fun at, again, whatever you told them. Like if you told them about insecurities, they would make fun of that now because they're mad that you don't want to be their friend anymore. So they would use those things against you. I feel like they're also mad and jealous over your new friendships or new relationship. And they're wrongly putting you guys still in connection. Like I feel like your haters specifically are still kind of adding to you guys' plot line, even if you've ended it, which I'm sensing you have. Like I don't feel like this is something, like I feel like this is something you definitively ended. They feel unimportant, basically. And they don't feel empowered. Okay. Why is the sun? And they're really blaming you. It's so funny because it's like they obviously, you know, whatever happened to make you guys not friends or not in communication again. But they're saying like, they're really playing the victim and being like, well, because of you, my life sucks. And because of you, I'm depressed. And because of you leaving me, now my life is going to be terrible. Or because of you leaving me, I can't do the things I wanted to do. And it's like, okay, you're putting a lot of pressure on somebody. Only journey of the High Priestess. Also, they are nosy. Like I feel like this ex or this ex-friend is like very, very nosy about you, and they want to know everything you're doing, everything you're saying, everything you're thinking. They think they have full rights to all your information. This is actually almost also giving like a parental figure or something that you've cut out, where they think they deserve to know what you're doing, what you're eating every day, how you're thinking, what's your opinion on this, they want to know every single thing that you. This is the kind of person that would ask you like a billion questions and just drain your energy. Like very, very nosy, very nosy, too nosy. And again, they feel like they deserve to know. Well, you were my friend. Well, you're my ex. Well, you're my child. Well, you're my blank, you know? And it's like, no, not anymore. Also, even if I'm, you know, in the case of the parent-child thing, if you've put in boundaries, you've put in boundaries, you know? And it is what it is. The same with those other two examples. It's like, just because I was your friend once doesn't mean I'm always your friend. It's something that is constantly has to be agreed upon by both parties. Cosmic exploration again. They hate to see you grow. They hate to see you do things. They hate when you do anything that doesn't involve them. Yeah, these people are really petty. I feel like your haters are very petty. They would tell your secrets once you guys broke up, or they would try to embarrass you if it was like something they knew in childhood, or they would try to make you seem like the bad guy in whatever, you know, friend breakup it happens. Whatever they can do to kind of degrade your reputation, degrade your memory, and just degrade you in general. Also just to bring you up as well. I feel like they do pull in other people to talk about this as well. So I feel like this is something where this is not just a hater thinking in their mind. This is a hater bringing in their other friends, bringing in their clients, bringing in their everything to you guys' situation. And trying to get their friends to be on their side, which is probably not hard to do, right? And trying to get their clients to be like, isn't that crazy? Or, you know, stuff like that. And yes, it's to validate them. Like, they're bringing up these stories in order to validate themselves. Like, I'm not in the wrong, right? But they phrase it in such a way where nobody in their right mind would say they're in the wrong. Also, I feel like the real reason they're bringing it up is they like to talk about you. These people are really latcher vibes here, where they just... They always thought you were too good for them. So actually in the breakup or in the friend breakup or whatever, it's kind of perfect for them because now they can say meaner things. Like when you guys were friends or you guys were dating, they had to hide it. They had to hide their bitterness. They had to hide their callous, you know, opinions about certain things. But now that you guys have had a falling out or a friend breakup or a conflict or a situation where you have held boundaries with them, they can use that as a way to make their meanness seem reasonable. And to really, really drive home the idea that they're your victim, that you're cruel, that you did something to them, that you are doing this on purpose to hurt them, you know, and that you are controlling their emotional state. But the thing is you don't control their emotional state. They should be controlling their own emotional state. That is not up to you. I've said this before on my channel, but if anyone ever like threatens suicide, if you break up with them or if you stop talking to them, or like as if your actions are going to be the thing that causes them to do it or not do it, like that's not okay. And you do have full rights to cut that person off, and it wouldn't be your fault no matter what happens. And that is my real opinion. So yeah, and that's something people do all the time. If you're a person who's watching this and you've never heard of that happening, that would surprise me. Maybe you're young or something, but it does happen a lot, actually. Old and young, and I've seen it from a lot of people. You know, and if you do have mental health struggles, never say that to someone because it's so horrible. It's so, so horrible. It's too much to put on somebody. Well, yeah, I mean, dependency. I feel like your haters are very dependent on you, and they're very dependent in general. They're not independent at all. And so very likely with this kind of person, you're one in a long string, but maybe you could be the worst, you know, the one they're most draining on. It's like they miss your personality, but they also are assholes about it. Like they're the kind of person to make fun of your laugh, but then like get mad when you stop making jokes around them. And it's like, what the fuck did you think was going to happen? Why are haters mad? Again, like with the replacement idea where you have new friends or a new partner or something, or just new people you're spending time with, you know? There could be some haters in this mix who were never really that close to you and kind of overplayed you guys' relationship. Or at least in conversations to other people would like overplay you guys' connection. Smother. And yeah, I mean, your haters just really love to play the victim, and they love to say that you're doing something to them. You're hurting them. You're coming against them. You're the one doing this. You're the one who caused this, or you're the one making them feel this way. And it's like, no. Pile 2 is not making you feel any type of way. They are just living their lives, and you're deciding how you're going to react to that. Why are Pile 2's haters mad? It's like they're like, they have me in a chokehold. This is also giving like a very cringe ex who's like, I'm never gonna love anyone else. I'm gonna be obsessed with them forever. And it's like, you might not even have had that long of a relationship with them or something, to where it's kind of weird, or it's like creepy or something. Yes, it's just giving like it, playing the victim, like, oh, they are only giving me, and this could even be people that you haven't fully cut off. That's another thing I'm getting here, where they're making it seem like you're breadcrumbing them, or they're making it seem like you're keeping them on the hook, or like you have them under your spell or something. Like, ew. I set you free. Yeah, I don't know. Why are pile number 2's haters so mad? They want to catch you. They want to catch you in a lie. They want to catch you doing something that's going to support their narrative. So maybe you should just stop talking to these people entirely, if you know who this is. Because they're just looking for a way to catch you. Or they're kind of looking for you to say something mean. Yeah, it's like they want you to say something mean so they can say that you're the one limiting their growth. But I just feel like they're not doing anything. Love yourself first. Stay optimistic about your love life. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Yeah, I feel like your haters are so mad because you have self-respect, and because you are looking romantically attractive to other people when they feel like you should be theirs, or you're looking attractive as a friend, as a family member, as a person who is a good person to have around, or somebody that other people can trust. And so they don't like that. I feel like your haters want you to look like someone who's untrustworthy. They want you to look like someone who's not worth being a friend to, who's not worth talking to, who's not worth letting someone in your life because you're just a bad person who's victimized them in some way. They want to bring you down. They want to make you seem low. They want to make you seem like the bad guy, like someone who's using their sexuality to hurt others. They want to make you seem like someone who will ditch you at the first opportunity. They want to make you seem like someone who is cruel or inconsiderate to their elders or their loved ones. So stay optimistic and keep building connections with other people, because that's what's making your haters mad, but it's also what's going to help you move on from this whole situation. So yeah, that's what I've got for you, pile 2. Thank you so much, and I will see you next time. Oh, actually, we'll post some music videos for you. Well, yeah. I feel like also you're not sorry to these people, and you're not giving them that chance to kind of, again, it's like they want to twist the knife. Like, God forbid, because sometimes in these situations when I give these readings, there are people who in some universe would get back with this person after they did all this because they believe that they're real down and out about this whole situation. But this person is just throwing a pity party And if you did get back together with them, they would be even crueler and even meaner, and they would hold on to things even tighter, and they would give them front row access to learn enough about you to try to take you down again. And eventually you just have to leave them again. Yeah, that's something else I was getting, is like you being sexually attractive is why they're angry, your haters. If that's romantic or friendship or familial, it doesn't matter. I'm really seeing like that's a part of it, is that you are young and hot or something, like, or you are still being pursued by other people, or you're still getting out there, or you're still finding connections that people are finding you to be valuable, to be a valuable partner, to be a valuable spouse or whatever. And that is upsetting your haters. Why are Pile 2's haters mad? Again, it's like they believe that you're victimizing them. So like you might have cut them off, and they think that is too much of an overreaction. I feel like your haters feel that you are overreacting to whatever pettiness or whatever initial situation happened where this was an ending. Or again, it's like you want to break up, and they're like, no, we're not breaking up. This isn't a big enough deal for us to break up. And it's like, that's not up to you, actually. That's really not up to you. It's up to me. You know, it's up to each individual person when a relationship ends, you know, or continues. Jaded. Yeah, I'm sorry that you're jaded. That's perfect, honestly. That's perfect. And you're allowed to be sexy. You're allowed to be yourself. You know? And if I say it was a big enough deal for us to not be friends anymore, then that's what it is. It was a big enough deal. It's not up to you if it's a big enough deal for me to not want to be around you anymore. I say it's a big enough deal. Like, I really don't like this person, especially. Like, I really don't like this person. I don't feel like they're going to stop with this behavior either. Like, they are just really upset by this. They're really upset by this. This upsets their worldview somehow for you to act like this, whatever it is. For you to act like this, as in for you to leave them, or for you to leave them hanging, or for you to not want them in your life, or for you to not be trying to improve their mood. Ugh. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm gonna leave these down below. Thank you very much, pile number 2. Stay strong. I mean, I feel like you are. And keep investing in these new people that you've found. I think you've found some good ones. And yeah, good luck to you. Write me a comment, and I'll see you next time. Okay, pile number 3. So right away, I feel like your haters are especially mad because you are very quick with it. Like, I feel like you are spunky and fun and lighthearted and quick. Like, a big thing on that, you're very quick. You're very smart. Could also be like you're quick to step in, or you're quick to act. You don't wait a long time to make a decision. And so this foiled their plans. Okay. Great. This kind of hater. Have some of my cherry Coke. You have foiled your haters' plans by being generous and having some experience in the field. Interesting. By being generous and having experience in the field. So, yeah, I do feel like your haters thought you were naive. They thought you were a scaredy cat. They were foolish. Okay, you might be that kind of person that looks younger than you are, or you might be that kind of person who has gone through more than it seems like you've gone through, or you know a few things. You have, yeah, you know a few things. You know how things work. Uh-huh. Also, you like my new nails? That was pretty cute. Okay, Tower. Nice. Why? You've blown your haters' minds, okay? You've blown your haters' minds. Interesting, you have experience in the field. Now, what does this mean? What do you mean by that? That's so wild. Like, I really get the idea of undercover boss here, where somebody didn't know who you were and they started doing something not knowing who you were. I don't know if you've seen that show before. I used to watch it a lot. It's one of those older shows. I don't know if I would watch it today, but anyway, what they used to do is the CEO would go in dressed as an employee and they would get the rundown from the employees, and they would follow somebody around. And sometimes, most of the time, it was like a really heartwarming show and you'd end up crying because the boss gives the employee that has a bad home life like $1 billion or something. I'm exaggerating, but that's the premise. But then sometimes the boss would get, undercover boss would get a supervisor who was a real dick, or like an asshole, or who was not following procedure or something, who was being very negligent or being rude to the employees or rude to the customers, or specifically not doing the work the way it was supposed to be done. And they would be kind of stupidly telling all of this to who they didn't know was their actual boss. So that's kind of what the energy I'm getting here. I don't know what a real life situation would be like this though. Maybe you had somebody, let's use the workplace example. So maybe you had somebody you had a conflict with at work and you never liked the way they did their work, but you guys were on the same level, and then you get promoted to their manager. And so now you are your bully's manager, you know, something like that. Or you are the asshole's manager, you know? And yeah, I feel like this is making your haters mad. They now have to defer to you, but they know you still remember everything they said, you know? Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think your haters are mad because you're on top. You're on top, and you barely have to say a word for your will to be done. Like, that's kind of the energy I'm getting here. It's like, also maybe you just have haters who are mad that you say the word and this gets done, or you say the word and, yeah, your word is law, or people listen to you, or everyone agrees with you, or something. There could have been a situation where everyone agreed with you, and so your haters were really mad about that. Or your hater, because here I am getting it could just be one person. But apply to your situation. Okay. If it's not one person, then it's one person and their lackeys or something, because it's like, it's giving one person to me. Yeah, your haters are mad because they have to be fake either now, or they just have to be fake and they're mad about that. So for some of you, it's like a recent switch in a situation. And then for others of you, it's just like you have power and your haters are mad about that because it means they can't come against you. Or maybe you have connections, and so it would be stupid to make an enemy of you or something. Yeah, I feel like your haters are mad that you're protected. You have a solid foundation. You have the high ground. And one word from you and things happen. You know, your word means something, or what you say means something. Okay. I think also maybe you have, like, again, resources or a nice place, or like a good car or something. So like at the end of the day, I mean, you just go back to your nice house and, you're not really going to care what this person had to say. Or like you can hide away, or you can retreat, or you don't need this person to accomplish anything, or, but I just feel like with these haters, you never did. They just might be kind of conceited in general. Or they just don't like anybody who has more than them, you know? Just like a naturally jealous kind of individual. Okay. Why are pile number 3's haters mad? 11 is Aquarius. It's also friendship. It's also humanity. And we did get 6 of Pentacles, so they could also be mad when you're generous, or they're mad that you are seen in a high light. They're mad that other people like you and agree with you and want to listen to you or something like that. Okay. Scorpio. Oh, another scenario I'm seeing here is it could be that your haters are mad that you get repeat clients. Your haters are mad that your customers really like you, or your haters are mad that you can always get attention at the bar or something like that. Like your haters are mad that you get attention, that you're well liked, but it's more than well liked. It's like the regulars. Or maybe you're friends with the bouncer or something. Like you're friends with somebody who has power, or you're friends with somebody who has experience. Because back to that thing of like, you have experience in the field, or you have experience in this area or something. Because it's possible that these haters at one time thought you were naive to certain things, or, you know, if they came against you in one specific sphere, you wouldn't be able to do anything about it, but then you had connections in that sphere, you know? Okay. So we got 11, 8, 4, so Aquarius, Scorpio, Cancer. For some of you, I feel like you could have haters mad that you have, like family who is well-to-do or something, or like, you know, your dad would come and help you with something, or you have a family member that would come and help you. Because Cancer is family. And the fourth house is like your stability. It's your home and that sort of thing. Or you have a friend you could stay with. So your haters are mad you have a friend you could stay with. Eesh. I feel like this is, you might have some like kind of vicious haters in this, in that they would wish on you being homeless. Like they would wish you get sick, or like they have like those kind of really kind of villainous vibes here with these haters, where if you weren't in a position of power, if you weren't in authority, they would prey on you, or they would prey on your downfall at minimum. Or if you didn't have the high ground, they'd be the ones beating up someone weaker, I guess. Like, genuinely. King of Wands. Also, I feel like, again, you have power. But to have it be the King of Wands, attraction. Your haters could be mad that you're not attracted to them. You didn't pick them. Yeah, this is giving a little bit of a pick-me vibe here, of like, you didn't pick them, or you didn't want them for your team, or you didn't want them, or you didn't find them attractive. Wow, this reading is interesting for a haters reading, because I feel like there's a lot of sexism and sexuality haters here. Like, it's troublesome to feel this more in the energy, you know, because it makes sense politically with where we're at. Even if you're not in America, you know, like trends happen, and right now it's just like conservatism is on the rise, and I do feel it coming out here, where these people are also being haters about you having sexual control over, you know what I mean? Like it's just something like that. Or you being sexy in public, or like, but maybe specifically not wanting them. Maybe specifically not wanting them. These could also be people you didn't want to be friends with, or that you didn't hire or something, or that you end up firing, or this. If you're a person who fires people, one of your haters is definitely someone you fired. Oh, your haters also really hate your partner, if that's applicable. Wow. Oh, wow. Hey, Queen and King of Wands and the both up here. Wow. Okay. So you might have somebody who's your ride or die, either a romantic partner or a best friend, and your haters really hate that, because again, it's like you have a guard dog, or you have a backup, or you have somebody you could rely on in a pinch. You know, and people really don't like that. Your haters really don't like that. And again, it's like, that is the worst kind of hater, someone who would really honestly like to see you homeless, or would like to see you in distress. The devil. Yeah, also maybe your haters are mad that you don't have any debt, or that you're not under their thumb. Like, again, it's like, it's that kind of energy of like you not being in their debt, you not having to listen to what they say, you having sexual agency over your own body. You getting to choose your own partner. Jeez. I could see this in like another country where arranged marriage is really serious, or really like promoted. Maybe you chose not to have an arranged marriage or something, or people could also just be hating on your marriage, or hating on your relationship or something, or hating on your friendships, hating on who you work with, maybe even like your business partner or something. But I see it's going extremely well, because it's like King of Wands clarified by the Empress. So it's you passionately pursuing something that is bearing fruit, that is creating something of use to you. Like in this position, I feel like the Empress would be like something that creates continuous wealth for you and your people. They could not like who you choose to hire. They could not like who you choose to promote. That's another thing. Very much your haters here question your every decision, question your every move, question you constantly, but only behind your back. Like they never, ever, these are the kind of haters that would never say something to your face, ever. Not on purpose. These are the people you'd have to catch. You'd have to catch them saying something. For some of you, I feel like, yeah, you might have some haters that you have around a string. Like, you have something on them. Or, yeah, mutually assured destruction or something. Like, where they can't say anything, or again, like maybe you're their boss or something. But it could also be like, you know, one of their secrets or something like that. But here's the Queen of Wands and the Devil. They just really don't like that you're in charge. They don't like that you're in charge. But it really does feel like there's something more there. Eight of Swords, like unable to move. Okay. So your haters are also mad that you can't be moved, or they're not in a position to fire you. They're not in a position to affect your livelihood, or they're not in that position. This is that kind of person that it's like, you're not my dad. I don't know. You don't have control over what I'm going to do. You know, it feels like that kind of energy where it's like, whoever this is, whoever your hater is, I feel like they think that they should have the ultimate say over what you're going to do with your life, and they really don't, and they don't like that. They know that. They know that they don't. Yeah. You have a tight control over your own life. But I don't know, because like the way it's feeling is like they want to hurt you. Like they want to hurt you, or they want to leave you destitute, or like leave you barefoot and pregnant or something. Like they really want to see you in pain, these haters. And that's why they're mad. They're mad that they can't see you in pain. They're mad also that you called them out. Like if that applies here, I feel like, yeah, they're not happy about that. They're not happy about that, because I feel like your haters already hated you, and then maybe you did something on top of it to where you said something, or you made it clear what your stance was or where you were going to be, and that it was not going to be doing the thing that they suggested or acting in the way that they deem right. Anything else? It's almost like, yeah, you have people fighting over your time. People, wanting to help you, wanting to be in your energy, working towards you. So this is the exact opposite of the place they would want you to be in. I feel like your haters more than anyone else. Pile 3, and before I even go to Pile 4, I know this is the truth. Like your haters, they are the most upset because it could not be less how they wanted it to be. It could not be further from the situation they wish it was. The situation they wish it was is where you're being eaten by the lion and you're just being dragged around. That's what they want. They want to see you be dragged around by life. They want to see you absolutely just getting fucked over at every moment. They couldn't wait to see you get ripped apart. That's what they wanted, is for you to be ripped apart. And instead, you're standing in a very strong position. 10 of Pentacles, somebody whose word matters, somebody who has people fighting over them, somebody who's tamed, any trouble that was in their life, somebody who is not being controlled and has agency. And again, this is the exact opposite of what they would want. They would really want, they want to see you sad. They want to see you stressed. They want to see you, but it's more than that. It's like literally in pain. That's what they want. They want you literally in pain. They want you literally on the street. It's pathetic. It's pathetic. I just can't imagine wanting that for someone else. No matter who it was, like, because again, it's like, I don't know, like if I met a really evil person, maybe I wish them dead. But I don't see any, this is just not right. I don't know. Oh man. Okay. You feel safe too. You feel safe, you feel comfortable, you feel on top of the world, And again, this is like literally the exact opposite of what they would want. If it was up to them, you would be crying and you'd be begging people for money or place to stay, or yeah, they would love to see that. They would love to see that. Yeah, I feel like they're mad that you are so stable, that you're working towards a goal, that this is only the beginning for you, and it's already way too far for them to have any input or any impact. It's like you are in such a safe position that they really don't have an impact. They really can't make any moves against you whatsoever. And you seem to be still improving yourself and still multiplying what you've got. So it's really hell for them. So take some solace in that. I guess it's hell for your haters right now. About 3. It's really hell for your haters. So I guess enjoy that, since they would want to enjoy your pain so much. But yeah, thank you so much. And let's go ahead and pull some music videos. I'm going to pull one of these just because loneliness. I know that I'm never alone. Yeah, you're not alone. And they don't like that. They want to see you alone. They want to see you alone because then they could strike. And this is a lot of guys in this. So again, it's like people fighting over you. Ooh. And people like you. People really like you. People love you, actually. They couldn't tame you. I like this too because it's like they said the wrong thing to the wrong person, you know? Like I really feel like there must be a situation where they said the wrong thing to the wrong person. Oh, you know what? I feel like you might have some haters that went to talk shit and didn't realize they were talking shit to one of your friends, you know? And you have money and you have a place to go. And if they were ever in your life, you got a refund. Okay, there's a few more. And with the friend and getting away from them. And lots of people wanting you or simping over you or something. None of their business. Okay. They know behind the scenes you're having really a lot of fun. I think on the front end, they don't like how secure you are, and they can tell that you're in a really strong place with lots of people who can support you. But also they wonder about behind the scenes too. I don't know if you picked multiple piles, you could have, but anyway, I feel like they also like really dramatize what you're thinking behind the scenes or what you get up to. They really feel like you're living the life. They really feel like you're living the life. And again, that's not what they would want. That is not what they would want. So thank you very much, pile 3. I'm sending you strength, and I'll see you next time. Okay, pile number 4. Why are pile number 4's haters so mad? Why are pile number 4's haters so mad? Luck and money, news and messages. Oh. Okay, so I feel like you have haters who are actually in a position of power, and they were hoping to starve you out or to blind you to a situation, or they were hoping that you wouldn't know what was going on, so they could sneak attack or something. Yeah, I'm getting like a hater who was trying to sneak attack. Why are pile 4's haters mad? You had somebody help you, or you had a person on the inside or something, or you had insider information that made you not fall into this person's trap. Okay. 4 is Cancer, 10 is Capricorn, and 11 is Aquarius. You had help unexpectedly. You had friends, you had more friends than this person thought or something, or like your haters are also fighting against luck here. I'm just getting like you tripping and missing the sniper shot. Like that's kind of what I got here. Freedom, action. Yeah, you did something. You did something here that made you avoid a pitfall. choices, indecision, and turtle, slowness, and protection. Yeah, it's almost like you were late to work and missed the getting hit by the train, you know, like something like that. Whew. What the heck? This almost seems like kind of serious. Yeah, I feel like you might not even know about this situation, pile 4, because this almost seems kind of serious. It almost seems like you avoided somebody really trying to sabotage you or like hurt you or get you in trouble with the boss or something. But either somebody helped you, unbeknownst to you, like went and fixed the situation without you even knowing, or else like luck just really stepped in and set up a scenario in which it was obvious that this wasn't true. So the example I'm getting in my mind is like somebody having it out for you at work, and they go to tell the boss that you never do this task that you're supposed to do every day. But little did they know that your boss just saw you doing that yesterday, or like something where it's like a coincidence that saved your ass, you know? Or again, it could also be somebody stepped up for you and like defended you and was like, well, no, I always see them do that, or no, you don't know what you're talking about, or something like that. Wow, it's almost like you almost stepped on a trap, or you almost stepped on a bear trap. Like, that's kind of what I'm getting. If you recently declined a job offer, it was the right choice. If you recently, you know, decided not to, what's the situation? Motivation. You switched it up. Again, luck. Yeah. Yeah, your haters are mad because you seem very lucky. It's almost like it's lucky that you got out of this, or it's lucky that this happened the way it happened. But I do feel like people stood up for you, or you had unexpected support or something. Truth. Or like they were going to try to tell on you for something, but you already talked to your boss about it, or, you know, something to that effect. Renewal. They thought they had you. They thought they had you. Your haters are mad because you are always renewing yourself, so that whatever they were trying to say, it didn't ring true. Yeah, it was very lucky timing on your part. Imagination and luck. Timing and truth. You said something at just the right moment. Like, I really feel like this is like something that you won't even really know. It's just like a really lucky situation. Right place, right time. Whatever the situation was. But yeah, your haters are really mad because you've avoided some sort of pitfall or some sort of trap that they've been laying for you. And I feel like this has been something long in the works. Somebody really out for you, trying to sabotage you, trying to make you look stupid, or trying to get you fired or something like that. Yeah, I almost feel like this is like a bigger plan that has fallen through, and that's why your haters are so mad right now. Why are pile number 4's haters so mad? Maybe you were really, really sweet to the point where, yeah, their whole narrative fell apart. All that work for nothing. That's kind of what I'm getting. All that work for nothing. Sand through their hands. Like, it just died. Whatever this plan was, it just has died on the vine. Like, it's dead. If they want to do something against you, it has to be something totally new. And again, I do feel like this person or these people who are your haters, they have some sort of vendetta against you. But I also feel like they had a plan. They had a plan, and it has fallen through. And that's why they're so mad right now. But it fell through in a very weird way. I don't know. Yeah, it fell through in a very weird way. Let's see. 7 of Cups. 3 of Swords. They're so mad right now. They plan to ruin something. Why are pile 4's haters so mad? You're seeming very sympathetic. Also, you're not seeming like some sort of supervillain. Like, you're not seeming like somebody who's really conniving. Like, it's seeming like luck, you know, and I feel like it is luck. This is the kind of person that's going to accuse you of coming against them when you didn't. Like, this is the kind of person who's going to say that you started a rumor about them when you didn't. That, you know, this is the person who really thinks that you have something up your sleeve, you know, to ruin them when you don't care about them, or you're not plotting against them and you're not thinking about them. They're the ones trying something with you. You know, I really feel like this is a situation where your hater is very delusional, and it has fallen. They have fallen on their face, and that's why they're mad at you. They're mad at you because you seem like someone who is worried about your own projects and who has your own stuff going on and who's not worried about them, or has already moved on from whatever trap they were setting for you. Yeah, they're like really disappointed that you're not hurt by this. They had this plan to hurt you, this plan to leave you out in the cold, this plan to desert you at the last moment. I'm getting that song, and it's a mean song, like that would be from their perspective, which is Entertainer. It's by that guy who was in One Direction. Right. Zayn. Entertainer by Zayn. And it's like, you were my favorite entertainer. You know, I'm going to leave you right when you need me most. You know, and it's like they had that plan to leave you right when you needed them most. And that this would be a big betrayal for you, and they would be like this big enemy to you, or they would be someone important to you or something, because you are so hurt by them. Like, they really wanted to hurt you in some plan, and it has fallen through. There's no betrayal, and their plot is foiled, or, you know, like, or you have other things going on. That's another thing here. It's like, nothing happened at all. Again, it's like you avoiding this in a miraculous way. You've miraculously avoided this problem. I could even feel like this could be someone who wanted to like kick you out of the house, or, you know, wanted to stop paying your phone bill unexpectedly, and all of a sudden you'd switch your phone bill or something like that, where they had this plan to cause you distress. And without knowing it, you avoided the problem. It's almost like you are recovering from some other heartbreak that has nothing to do with this. And again, so this is like something, this might even be a hater you don't really know about. Or maybe you know about it, but like it's like not front of mind, or it's not really that important to you right now. Because your hater is really mad because now they're just left with themselves. They're just left with themselves. They're left with all this wasted time. So that's the big thing with your pile 4. I feel like yours is kind of shorter because it didn't go according to plan. Like, your hater is mad because you're fine. You might even be recovering from something, but it's not something they inflicted. It's something else. Wow, this person did have the intention to leave you high and dry. They had the intention to, you know, ditch you at the last moment, or say that they're going to move in with you and then take it back, or say that they were going to let you rent a space from them and then take it back at the last minute when you had everything planned already, you know, and maybe you, instead of that, you ended up doing something totally different. You know, something like that, where you just avoided this problem because you didn't give them any kind of say-so, or you invested elsewhere. Yeah, I feel like your hater is also mad that you didn't invest in them, but, you know, it's a very good thing you did not. Now they're just left with themselves. Also, your hater is mad. This is funny. So you actually might be mad at this hater, but for like a totally different reason. They were hoping to, like I said, like pull, you know, rug pull you basically. But instead, I feel like maybe you are mad at them for who they are as a person, or like you're mad at them because they were rude to your friend, or like they're mad at and they're mad at you. Yeah, this is why your hater's so mad. They're mad at you for having the wisdom not to trust them. You know, that's what I'm getting is like they're mad at you that you had enough wisdom not to trust them, or to not rely on them, or to not expect them to follow through or come through in a pinch or something. Which they never had any intention of doing. They had no intention of helping you. They had no intention of following through. But they're mad that you knew that, or that you didn't give them the opportunity to let you down. And your focus is elsewhere. I think that's also a big part of why they're mad. Your focus is elsewhere. Freedom. Yeah, you're free, and you're free of them. Compatibility. Yeah, I think your awareness is what is making your hater so mad, is like you are aware that you're not compatible with them, or you're aware of this being over, or you're aware that this is ancient history. Yeah, they were, it was like, gosh, They were hoping that you were not aware of that, though. They were hoping that you still trusted them, or you were still relying on them, or that you would let your walls down for them so that they could come in and hurt you in some way. You were focused on the new instead of the old. And again, you seem very sympathetic, or you seem very compassionate. Spontaneity, and this is what saved you. Having a really free mind and being very spontaneous saved you in some way. Self-sufficiency. Well, yeah. I feel like you are stable and self-sufficient, and so you didn't wait around for this person to let you fall. So that is what I've got for you. Pile number 4. Thank you very much. Let's go ahead and pull some music videos. Yeah, if you get a bad feeling from someone, then it's not a horrible idea to make sure you're solid without them. Well, yeah, again, I do feel like maybe you were already mad at this hater. That's another thing. It's like you hadn't let it go from some other situation or something else. So you didn't have any intention of trusting this person. They feel like they're still a ghost. Yeah, you're ready for your life. You're ready for things to happen. Gosh, I just feel like the biggest thing is that your narrative has nothing to do with them. Well. Other people must be all about you. Center twice. Whoops. They tried to make you fall on your face, but you didn't. So yeah, you've avoided some big problem, and yay, we love luck. Thank goodness things like this happen. And also I feel like thank goodness for whoever stood up for you and is kind of has your back. So thank you to people who have our backs, and fuck you to the haters. So thank you very much, Pile 4. Appreciate you coming by. Definitely like the video, subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time.